This morning, about 10,000 people will break the Guinness World Record of the most people wrapping up zongzi. An alternative name of zongzi is the sticky rice bundle ahead of the Dragon Boat Festival. Welcome to CGTN All Platform Live. My name is Zhao Yunfei, camera Zhang Youze, Meng Mingwei, and assistant Xing Xuanming. We thank you for your coming. In just about a few minutes, the people behind me, they will be wrapping up about 10,000 zongzi. And just now, the officer at the Guinness Festival, Guinness Record organization has announced the rule. So in just a few minutes, they will take about 8 minutes to wrap up the food. The reason why they do it because zongzi is part of the food they celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival or Duanwu Festival. Next weekend will be the Duanwu Festival. They commemorate a patriot called Quyuan, and zongzi is one of the food when we eat, the Chinese people eat to memorize them. So in just a few minutes, you'll be able to witness whether these folks will be able to break the record of having maybe 10,000 zongzi within just 8 minutes being made. So basically, right now the organization is introducing the rules. In just a few seconds, you will be witness the scene. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave under our CGTN all media platforms, from Facebook to Twitter, from Weibo to our mobile app. So basically, now I'm overhearing the government, the Guinness Record official announcing the rules. So basically, they would like to guarantee the quality and quantity of the food, and you know, given the fact that in the past week, students have been practicing making zongzi very hard. Not only students, but people from all walks of life. I see uncles and aunties at the back of this square. I saw students, I saw nurses, I saw doctors, I saw engineers. Basically, many people are coming in to do this very excited work. So let me introduce you to one of the group over here. Let me get their attention. 大家好。我问一下, what makes you here today?
I come here to make zones.
Okay, so are you excited about today's event?
I'm so exciting.
Okay, so have you prepared it for a long time?
Yes, I'm proud of I'm a Chinese people.
You're proud of Chinese national. Okay, let me talk to you. How long have you been preparing for today's event?
2 days.
2 days?
Yes.
Are you confident to make the record?
Yes, I learned make songs 2 days. Last day I learned 8.
Okay, nice, good job. What about you? What's the hard part of making the zongzi?
The most important is that if we should put the luomi into
The sticky rice
yeah.
into the bamboo, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, if you, let me explain a little bit of how do you make a sticky rice bundle. It's a kind of a rice dumpling, and it's wrapped with bamboo leaves, and within the leaves it will be the sticky rice. And when the filling sneaks in, and when they're wrapped in bamboo, it will be wrapped in the shape of like a pyramid or like a pillow shape. So I'm not allowed to interrupt them from now on. They are already get started. Well, no, this is not actually part of the 8 minutes, but they are doing the preparation work. Now they're allowed to open their supply bag. There are several things in their supply bag. Now they should put on the mask first, and then you can see there's a small bag of rice. There's another bag of bamboo leaves. Well, the rices are actually not dry rices, they are sticky rice. So basically, when you touch it right now, it's dry, but if you wrap it together and boil it for a while, it will be sticky. And they also have a pair of chopsticks and also lines in all colors. So basically, what they are going to do is that in about a few minutes, when the announcer announced the beginning of the challenge, they will be able to get started. The supply bag allows them to make two sets of zongzi. And by the way, today a lot of media is gathering here, so you will be able to see from different angles of our live shows today. You will see different camera angles, as well as, right now I see a lot of drones flying in the sky. Don't know whether it's dangerous or not, but there are certainly a lot of drones flying. So you also have a bird view of what's going on today. Certainly today is a very big day for the county of Zigui of Yichang. We're right now located in the central China's Hubei province. This is the method, this is the way how the Chinese celebrate the upcoming Duanwu Festival. Now, it's not Duanwu Festival yet, not today, but the next weekend. The Chinese people will be able to have 3-day weekend. A 3-day weekend is a kind of a recognition of the Chinese traditional festival. It won't happen until 2008, when Chinese government agreed to have a 3-day weekend. So now they have already put on their gloves. So the 8-minute challenge is about to begin. You can see every section have a person who is reviewing the entire process to make sure everything goes well. And the Guinness Record is a very serious thing. So they have to guarantee the food quality, the safety of the food. They have to make sure they have enough zongzi by the end of the 8-minute. So this is seriously a challenge. Well, I'm very excited personally, because this is my first time ever seeing a Guinness World Record possibly being broken. Me personally, I have very full confidence on their success, because they have been preparing this for a long time. I know that yesterday all the officers and hosts and hostess came over here, and they basically have a training of how to successfully pass the test. And as we just talked about, that all the students have been preparing for this for a couple of months, except for those who are about to come to take the high college entrance exam. They won't be able to participate, but all the rest of the students have been preparing this for a really, really long time. Now, this means a lot to the people over here. This certainly means a lot. It's part of their culture, and it's glad that a lot of them are glad that they will be able to get started to recognize this special day. Now, the officers are trying to figure out the number of people over here. So this is a very strict process. As long as there are 3 absents for each square, for each group. If there is more than 3 absences, it won't take place. It won't happen. So it's a very serious process. I'm not sure whether I can interrupt them, but at this time, they are all preparing for this. What you'll see is we're going live from CGTN's all media platforms, from Facebook to Twitter, from Weibo to social media live, to mobile app. We're live from central China's Hubei province. This is the Zigui County. Now, students are changing their gestures. Well, some of them put in their chairs, and they're ready to wrap zongzi. And by the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions on our social media platforms. We'll be able to monitor it from Facebook platforms. Now I can feel the atmosphere is getting a little tense because this is very serious. In the next 8 minutes, they will have to keep wrapping the sticky bundles for entire 8 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, they will have to complete the first zongzi within the first 5 minutes. After that, they will be able to get started to make the second one. They can't be too fast, by the way, because you have to make sure that you keep wrapping within 8 minutes time. This is a Guinness World Record. But you can't be so slow as well, because you have to make sure you finish at least one zongzi within the first 5 minutes. Now you can see some of the teachers are trying to give instructions, to give the last minute instruction. And I heard one teacher say, "Don't be nervous, just to have fun." It is believed that the best time to get started is 18 past 8, but already now is 22 past 8, so they're a little bit behind the schedule, but hopefully they'll get started soon. For those squares who are ready, the officers will raise their hands. Some of the squares are still not quite ready, so they're waiting for the last minute to prepare for going to be what you are going to be seeing, a great view of precisely 9,500 people wrapping zongzi all together. Now the host has announced that people to stand by and wait for the beginning of the competition. So in their supply bag, there is a sticky rice bag, and there is a bamboo leaf, and they will put the sticky rice into the bamboo leaf and wrap it into a pyramid shape or a pillow shape. Now you may wonder what they do with the rest of the zongzi when they finish wrapping. Remember, there's 10,000 of them. Well, I do have the same problem. I do have the same question. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to someone and answer that. This is CGTN Live, bringing you from Zigui County of Yichang in central China's Hubei province. In just about a few minutes, you will witness the set of the new Guinness Record of the most people wrapping sticky rice bundle all together. The duration is 8 minutes. And right here on the scene, we have about 9,500 participants joining. These people are from all walks of life in the county of Zigui, because people are very proud of being local people over here, because this is the place where the Chinese patriot from the war times, Quyuan, was born. And he was the person why people would decide to memorize him and have the Duanwu Festival and take the Duanwu Festival. We'll touch on this Quyuan story when they finish the wrapping of zongzi. Now, the Duanwu Chinese Dragon Boat Festival is the 5th day of 5th lunar month, remembering Quyuan to appreciate the value of patriotic spirit. And China makes it a public holiday since 2008. It looks like most of the groups are about to ready. Okay, looks like they are not allowed to. They're still at the preparation process. Okay, so they are about to get started. The most people making zongzi all together is about to get started. Here we go. my God, why am I so nervous a little bit? This is the continuous 8 minutes. Continuous 8 minutes where they have to make sure 10,000 or precisely 9,500,000 zongzi, at least of 9,500,000 zongzi is being made. And the people, the participants have to make sure they finish wrapping the first zongzi within the first 5 minutes. And the rest of the 3 minutes, they'll have to keep wrapping. It looks like the students are very chill. Well, you're seeing from screen is maybe some of the students, but certainly there are also people from all walks of life participating. Over here, there are 9,500 people making zongzi all together. Now, this is certainly a very gigantic scene. I think this is a very interesting and special way how they celebrate the upcoming Duanwu Festival. So basically, just if you look carefully about how they fold the leaf. Okay, let's take a look. How they're gonna do this? So basically, they use. Oh, this girl is about to finish the first one. Okay, so if you so over this type, you will take their lines to kind of put it into a pyramid shape. Okay, she's about to finish. Now the students have been practicing making zongzi for about a week, some even a month. Most of their after-class activities are taken away to learn how to make zongzi. Now, of course, this is part of their culture. The host on the stage is encouraging people, the participants. Now you may think this is easy. Well, actually it's not, because they are also taking a look at the quality of the zongzi. Okay, let's take a look at how this girl is doing. So basically she's using 2 leaves, bamboo leaves all together, and put it into a kind of a square, not a square, but the triangular bowl, and you hold one side so that you will have a spare hand. We have a spare hand to fill in the rice. Okay, see how she's filling the rice? Okay, and now she's putting some flavor into the rice, and then continue filling. Okay, it looks so far so good, right? Okay, maybe more rice. Now the supply bag allows them to make at least 2 zongzi. Now most people have already finished at least 1 zongzi. But remember, throughout the 8 minutes, they have to keep wrapping, and that's the rule. So if you're running out of bamboo leaves, it will be very embarrassing. Now the 5-minute set is finished. So basically everybody should be able to finish their first zongzi. If anyone who hasn't finished their first zongzi, okay, I see there is one. Okay, some of them have already finished 2, but the rule is that they have to keep wrapping. So what are they going to do with this? Okay, the 5-minute record set. Because clearly I have seen some people, by the 5-minute set, some people have not finished their first zongzi, of course. Clearly I have seen some people have already finished both of the 2 zongzi. So according to the Guinness World, probably they won't be able to success. But who knows? We see lots of comments from the Facebook platforms. People ask about how many people are there. Well, there are 9,500 people over here. There are also people hoping for a good result of today. Now, if you stay tuned to our CGTN media platforms, we bring you more report on today's event. From other perspective, we also make short video and maybe TV stories on CGTN platforms where you can have a closer look of today's event. So 5 minutes has passed. This is the last 3 minutes of the competition. It's very interesting. You see, some people are making bigger ones, some people are making smaller ones. They are definitely in different sizes, so I don't think they will go to the market. Otherwise, it would drive the customers crazy. 30 seconds more. I'm just wondering about how are they gonna celebrate the end of the competition after 30 seconds, you know, given the fact that they have been preparing this for months. I hear the music is fading out. It looks like the competition is about to end. Okay, there we go. Everybody have to clear their hands.
并填写监督员表格，按照我们原来的计划，将表格交到舞台右侧的统计区域。
All right, so now we are coming to the second stage. The 8 minutes has already ended. 8 minutes has already ended, so the next process is that they're verifying the fact whether they got enough zongzi, 9,500, whether they got enough time, or whether they have finished the first one by the first 5 minutes, whether they have been keep wrapping with throughout the 8 minutes. So basically, it takes roughly 40 minutes or 50 minutes or even entire hour to verify this. So we'll see whether this place will break the Guinness World Record. Now let me talk with some students and see what they think. 怎么样? How does it go? 怎么样？感觉怎么样?
It's very interesting.
It's very interesting. Did you finish 2?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got 1. You got 1. Did you finish the first one within the first 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. This one.
Okay. Okay. How was it hard? Is it hard? Is it hard to make zongzi?
It's easy.
It's very easy. Okay. 好，谢谢. Okay, there's an officer trying to calculate the number of the. 感觉怎么样? How's it? How did it work?
Yes, actually, I think it's very easy. Because I prepared it for a whole month.
You prepared it for a whole month. Did you know how to make it before you start preparing?
We should prepare the bamboo. Now, and then we should prepare the 糯米.
Okay. Can you hold up your zongzi? Can you hold it up? So which one is better, do you think?
This.
Why is that better?
This.
Oh, that one is better. Okay. Why is it better?
Because it was tied toughly, and yes, I think it's beautiful.
Why do you think it's important to learn how to make zongzi? Why do you think? What makes you? Why do you think it is important to learn how to make this one?
Because we should spread our Chinese culture and then we should remember the history.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Okay, it looks like the students are very engaged with what they have today. As you can see, the officers are trying to figure out whether they have successfully made enough zongzi. Now let me introduce their teacher. Hi there, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Chen Jingjing. I'm an English teacher of Zigui #1 Senior Middle School.
So you brought your students over here. How long have you been preparing for today's event?
Actually, not very long. We prepared a week ago.
Because what's your evaluation on their behavior in the last 8 minutes?
In a word, I am very proud of it because we share the same hometown with Quyuan, and this festival is in honor of him. So we are proud of it, and I am honored to take part in this record making.
Did you think that they did a good job?
Yes, very good.
So what do you think is the hardest part? I think the hardest part is the wrapping of the food, right?
Yes, because before the preparation, actually, the students didn't do it before, so I think it's a challenge for them, and I think they did a very good job.
I think because I'm not local, you're a local resident. Is this typical every year? Does it happen every year?
Making zongzi, the activity didn't happen every year, but we celebrate the festival every year, and it's a big festival for us. Just run after the Spring Festival. It's the second largest festival in our hometown.
Why is it so important for people in Zigui?
Because Quyuan Quyuan was born in our county, Zigui, and this festival was in honor of him, and we celebrate this festival to memorize him, and we do a lot of activities to celebrate this festival.
So just to give you more information, Quyuan is a poet and minister of Zhao Emperor who lived in China's war states period from 475 to 221 BC. And he was loved by the people, and he was actually the Minister of National Defense of the Zhou Emperor. So when Qin replaced the Zhou and united other states, Quyuan just fell into desperately. So he threw himself into the Milo River, and people don't want the fish to eat his body. That's why they throw zongzi into the river. So that's why people at that time get started to make the zongzi. So how close have you been tied with this culture? Why this culture is so important for local people?
In my opinion, Quyuan is memorized because of his loyalty, and we value this quality, and we learn from him. As a teacher, we often teach our students to learn from him and learn from the influence he left on us. So, as a local, I think it's a good chance for us to get together, and it's a chance for us to hold some activities to memorize him. I remember in the last few years, we often have some seminar activities. For example, get together for some poets, maybe just poetry lovers in ordinary people, to get together and share the feelings and give some performances like this.
So this is the place where Quyuan was born. I know that this city is actually, a lot of people would think that this city is designed to kind of memorizing him. And also every year at the festival, and also kind of this kind of activity can also boost the local economy, right?
Yes, it's also a good chance for us to develop the local economy because when you come here, you will find the county is mountainous, and it's a limit for our economy development. So when we celebrate the festival and we value it, and it become a chance for us to attract more and more tourists to come here and get together to share the feelings and to share the culture.
Okay, I think let's talk about zongzi. I know there are different flavors of zongzi. Some of them are salt, some of them are sweetened. So can you tell us more about the food?
Yes, it have many different tastes, and we often use a small string, the color of the string, to make a distinction between different flavors. For example, the yellow means maybe the zongzi is made up of sticky rice with some oranges.
Lots of debate from northern to southern China, where there are two tastes of flavors. There are sweet and briny. Sweet zongzi flavors include plain zongzi, red bean, horse bean, date zongzi, rose, melon, red bean, and the savory zongzi flavors include salted pork, fat, sausage, ham, dried shrimp, and diced meat. So there are many different varieties. So what's your favorite?
My favorite is the traditional one, maybe with some sweets and oranges in it, because oranges is also common in our county, and many farmers grew the orange trees in our county.
I know that the festival of Duanwu is being recognized a public holiday since 2008 in China. Why do you think that's important?
Pardon?
The Duanwu Festival is being recognized a public holiday since 2008. Before that, there was no holiday like Duanwu holiday. You don't take off. You still have to go to work. Why do you think that we should take a rest on that day?
Maybe because it's a traditional festival, and it contains some meaning maybe about our culture and our traditional culture. So more and more people come to pay attention to it. I think it's a good thing.
Okay. So how do you think that your hometown should develop? How do you think that? What's your vision on the future of your hometown?
I think we should make or create more chances to like the Dragon Boat Festival activities to attract more tourists, because as a county full of cultural heritage like Quyuan and Zhao, I think that's a special character in our county, and I think this should be an attraction for us.
How often do you talk about the cultural heritage with your students?
Very often. Maybe once we find a chance, we will talk about it, because I think it's an important thing. And now in our channel, maybe more and more people are paying attention to traditional culture, like where our Chinese poetry and Chinese characters. I think it's a good thing, and I also improved myself in this aspect, and try my best to influence my students about it.
Okay, very important. The cultural heritage is very important. It's kind of embedded in your genes. It's kind of part of your life.
Yes, because I think it's a proud thing for us, and it's a special advantage for us to share the same hometown with Quyuan, because he is actually a great person, not only in literature, but also in politics, and he inspired us for his good quality, and his talent in literature. I think he is actually great.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Chen. Thank you for talking to us. 谢谢你啊. Thanks a lot. Okay, so basically what they're right now doing is they're trying to clean up over a little bit as we are waiting for the final results, whether they will be able to break the Guinness record. Well, by the way, I heard the rule. So basically the rule is number 1, within the past 8 minutes they have to finish wrapping. Within the 8 minutes period, in the first 5 minutes they have to finish wrapping the first food, the first zongzi, rice bundle. And within the last 3 minutes, they have to keep wrapping. You can't stop. You have to keep doing that. So from my personal observation of just past, clearly in this first 5 minute set, somebody have not finished their first one. And clearly in the last 3 minutes, somebody has already completed both of the zongzi. So they're stop wrapping. Will they successfully pass the world record? We will see. But you probably won't be able to wait for that long time, because that won't happen after half an hour earlier. So I can't wait for that long, but certainly please stay tuned on CGTN's all platforms. I'll bring you update on whether they have passed this test of breaking the World Guinness Records of the most people making zongzi all together. So let me explain why we're here today. Before we started to talk with them, before this live show gets started, I talked with the students. Many people are so proud of being part of this. You may think that it's crazy, you know, the sense of making zongzi all together. You may think it's crazy, but the fact of that is that it's the fact of collectivism. Chinese people share a collective ideology, not individualism. They share collective ideology. Many people are proud of their background. So that's why what makes them here today. Chinese, the holiday was being made, the Duanwu Festival holiday is being recognized as a public holiday by the Chinese government since 2008, after there are other Asian countries claim that Duanwu Festival is part of their own culture. Now we're gonna prove it. This is the place that Quyuan was born, at the Zigui County, and we use this kind of food, zongzi, to memorize Quyuan. That's our story for today. We thank you for watching. My name is Zhao Yunfei. On behalf of camera Zhang Youzhe, Meng Mingwei, and assistant Xing Xuanming, we thank you for your company. Stay tuned. I'll keep you posted.